Yeah, all right, let's do this.
All right, everybody, welcome in Third and Teal. Another reaction for you guys. I'm Isaiah, aka Duval's finest. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, tell your friends. It's going to be a long year. Yeah. Trevor, how you doing today?
I'm doing surprisingly well considering the turnout of the game this past weekend.
All right. I think I know why, but I'm gonna let you talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, you probably know why.
Okay, Eric, how you doing?
I'll be doing better if my computer quit tripping on me. Every 5 minutes, it's like I'm going dark. I'm doing good though, man. Me and Trevor hooked up this weekend. Was Sunday, and we had fun, man. We actually lifted weights and
we did
threw some footballs in the hole and all kind of stuff. But we had fun. Yeah, we did. Yeah,
that's good to hear.
And shout out to Worm. Shout out to Worm.
Shout out Worm.
You know, Worm was doing it too.
Yeah, Worm did
outstanding. Do it. Yeah, but we it was good, man. It was fun. It was good to meet my man Trevor, and we interacted. Yeah, we both went to sit on different parts of the game, so we got to see different things, and we both came up with the same conclusion.
Gotcha.
Mac Jones is not the man.
No, definitely not. I don't even know why that was a question.
That's real.
Yeah, I don't even know why that was a question.
Shouldn't have been. It should not have been. And shout out to all six of the people already in the chat. Are already in the chat.
Talking?
Yeah, we're talking. You can hear us, Eric?
Yeah, we're talking. You there, Eric? We know Eric's on a hybrid setup right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, well, go ahead, Trevor. Get into it. I know you want
to. Okay, so like I said, first things first, though, shout out to all six people in the chat already. We just went live 2 minutes and 40 seconds ago, so shout out to you guys.
Shout out to all six Trevor's accounts. Hell yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's tragic.
Nice to see you, Robert.
Welcome back, Robert. Anyway, that being said, Mac Jones is hot.
Yeah, anyway.
Mac Jones is trash. Straight ass cheeks, bro. And let's get into it, okay? First things first, I don't think I saw a 20-yard pass from Mac other than the interception where he threw it to no one but the defense. The rest of the time, I saw some ugly screens, some even shittier placed footballs, and people were like, oh, he's hitting the receiver. He's doing good. He's doing good. He had like 86 yards, I think, heading into the fourth quarter. Bro is trash.
Like CJ Stroud out there.
Yeah, well, he was straight trash. And honestly, I'm going to be real with you. If the defense that played this past weekend showed up like that every week for Trevor, we'd be undefeated, dude. It would be insane. A complete night-and-day difference.
Yes.
I do believe yet again, though, that these referees should be brought up on criminal charges. They are abysmally bad this year. Some of the stuff that was just going on is criminal, in the lightest way to put it. Josh Allen was held so much, but as we know who was holding him.
Sure we do. Number 74. What's that guy name? Cam Robinson.
Oh, you said
Cam Robinson.
Sorry. Yeah. Same idea. Same idea. Speaking of Cam Robinson, he gave up a career high of 11 pressures.
I probably did. Yeah. You're right, Robert. 75%.
Dude, yeah. Who are you telling, Robert? Like, BTJ was cooking. It was so bad that the defense knew Mac couldn't see down the field. They played their safeties in the box. Had to have been over 90% of the time. Their safety,
Trevor.
there was no deep safety coverage 90% of the time. And Mac Jones, I think, only had like or BTJ only got like 3 targets. That should be a criminal charge.
4 targets over the past 6 quarters of football.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
Now, those last 6 quarters of football, though, to be fair, the one in Philadelphia, I just don't think he was getting as much separation in those last couple quarters of the Philadelphia game. I know we looked back at the tape, and I don't remember seeing a glaring time that he was just standing by himself.
It is a criminal charge.
But in this game, he was cooking the whole time. He was cooking the whole damn time, and Mac Jones could get fuck all for it. He was fucking awful. Darnell Savage, though, to speak some other good stuff, though, actually played like a safety. No, Darnell Savage played like a good safety yesterday.
I think he's a little behind.
Oh yeah, he's definitely behind.
But yeah, Darnell Savage had a
but you know, think about it. He played 100% of the snaps too. Yeah, sure did.
He played a lot of snaps.
Kind of goes to show if you let them play, hell, they get in a rhythm. Luakon 100% of the snaps defensively. Tyson Campbell 94%. See what I'm saying? Let them boys play out there. Quit taking them in and out.
I still was not happy to see Ronald Darby.
I mean, just think about it. Savage.
We talked about it.
Hey, maybe we need to start a write-in campaign to get him. Hey, but then again, he did have his interception, but he ran down there and fumbled it. I was like, of course, that's Darby. I mean, don't get it wrong. That was a pretty interception. It was right there almost in front of me. That was a pretty interception, but he runs all the way down and fumbles it. I'm like, oh, here we go. I said, I know I can hear Trevor now. He's just garbage.
Oh, dude, I was losing.
So,
like, first of all, I really lost it when the referees made the illegal hands to the face call afterwards and didn't even show it. Never showed it to us. There was a ton of times like that where they just called some shit out of left field and never replayed it. We never got a visual on what they were claiming. Also, though, even though I don't agree with the illegal hands to the face, I would have thought Darby would have been down by contact on the interception anyway. It wouldn't have mattered. The run back, none of that would have mattered. Yeah, he was definitely.
I thought that's what he was. Yeah,
but they bailed Minnesota pretty hard. The referees did, in my opinion. Like, Mac Jones was not doing us any favors. He was fucking terrible. Okay, make no mistake about what I'm saying. But their offense was just as bad, and the referees just marched them down the field at least twice. It was egregious. It was pretty bad.
Okay, let's say it like this. Watching Minnesota the last few weeks, they haven't been really world beaters either. However, you got to give it to our defense, man. They held Jeff, because remember, all of us thought Jefferson was going to feast Sunday. He only had 48 yards, man. 48 yards. And those were really non-important like yards, really. Yeah, so you got to give it to the defense. They actually balled out. Of course, there are some we gonna talk about that. And actually, the man you like sometime, you hate sometime. Buster Brown. Buster Brown was on him a few times, and I only got scared when I saw him and Darby out there single, man on man. I like, please don't throw it to him. Please don't throw it to him, because we know about to happen. But he never threw it to him when Darby was on him, I don't think. If he did, he had the safeties over the top helping, so that was okay.
They'd stack their receivers heavy to one side or the other, and our corners would be heavy on the opposite side.
Yeah,
it was ugly. Like, what? Ew! What are we doing? Because it's base alignment, people.
Right.
We don't have the people to be running all this fucking scheming and confusion. We don't. Base align.
Yeah.
Just a base alignment. Line up on your fucking guy.
But it worked.
Don't give the quarterback the chance.
It worked.
I think it worked because we were getting pressure on Sam. I think that's why it worked.
No.
I think our defensive line is what I think made it work.
Right.
Because Sam even though they didn't finish the sack majority of the time because of my opinion of holding calls or whatever, Sam Darnold was under duress a large amount of this game. Definitely had to keep moving around, extend the pocket. They were holding like a motherfucker to give that guy like 20 more minutes back there. It was insane. Like, I'm talking full arm wrap around Josh Allen's chest, holding the chest plate bad and never calling it. The only holding calls I actually remember being called was on our defense. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I believe it.
A couple of times.
Yeah. It was disgusting.
Robert says bailed out, allowing 400 yards. Yeah.
Balled out.
Actually, because it was basically a bend and don't break type of thing. So yeah, you're gonna give up yardage.
I gotta say, well,
in
hold
the
on.
end of the game, how many touchdowns did they give up? None.
I was gonna say, hold on.
Which
we're
was
talking about these 400 yards though, off of a lot of ref calls that take away these plays, and you're talking 400 yards off of plays where the quarterback is like, I'm not one to say like, oh, you know, the refs gave them a game, unless you're the Chiefs. However, I do think the refs changed this game dramatically because they were holding, and it was serious holding. Like, we're talking every time Darnold dropped back, they held at least once or twice. Two different people. Like, and it was consistent. It was not just like every now and then. Cam Robinson was holding like that's the only thing he knows how to do. And believe me, we would know. You know, like, it's the only thing he knows how to do. And RJ's right. RJ's absolutely right. It is the first game of consistent pressure. That consistent pressure made a world of difference. But these 400 yards came on those broken plays. We're talking about these plays where Sam Darnold rolled out and ran for 15 yards because Josh Allen got held in the backfield by his chest plate, and that ref just stares him in the face and lets it go. And that happened a lot, like far too many times. It cannot be overstated how much that actually took place.
Right.
Same thing on Trayvon Walker. Same thing on Devon Hamilton, especially. He was getting held heavy too. Obviously, they were good at hiding it against Devon. He's on the interior. They're keeping their hands square when they're grabbing. It's good technique by them to hide it. But we're not just talking about 400 air raid yards. You know, you pointed it out earlier, Eric, that he only had 49 yards. I mean,
48
or 48. Yeah. Justin Jefferson didn't do anything.
Something like 48 yards. Yeah.
We limited all their weapons. The biggest problem we had was the run game, but you'll see that from an offensive line that's holding and getting away with it the whole time. Of course, there's going to be big gaping assholes. They're dragging them by their chest plates out of the way. I don't expect them to do much with that. You can't. I don't know. I don't care for the reffing crew of this game at all. And I do think that is primarily the reason that we gave this game up. Mac Jones, like I said, did not do us any favors. He is not the guy, and I think anybody that's willing to stand and say that he is now should probably just disappear for a while. You know, just go to whatever hole you're comfortable in.
Defensively. Defensively. 3 turnovers. They actually got 3 turnovers.
Hey, Robert just made another good point, though.
No, that's about as much as we had all season.
Robert made another good point that Josh Allen was putting his arm up, like showing it, like raising his shoulder up, showing the chest plate. And the ref's just like, I'm talking like this guy's just looking at him like, I like that. Keep it up. Like, bro, what the fuck is going on? It was bad. It was really bad. But you're right, Eric. Those 3 takeaways, that's more than we had all season.
Yeah.
I feel like we're fixing to get an Eric remix.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Isaiah, Mr. Stead.
What's up?
What's that?
What's what?
Uh-oh. Did I leave again?
You're cutting in and out.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out pretty heavy, Eric. It's
Of course I am. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm on my laptop, you know, my stepmom's house, Wi-Fi. Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, quarter 1, 8:05 mark there, Mr. Isaiah.
Yeah, let me get
Let's look at something here real quick.
I'll tell you what. Robert's right again
What?
with the Robert's right again with the fact that the networks are still talking shit on Trevor, but not one word about the shit and goose
no,
egg that fucking Mac Jones just put up.
and y'all know what I
I feel like whatever he's
say about
saying
the
is
network.
absolutely correct.
Screw the network, man. Just screw the network.
Oh, yep. See, yep, there it is. Absolutely. Screw the network. Rock on. Rage Against the Machine, brethren.
Say 806.
Yeah, screw. You know. Yeah, that's good. 806, 805, 806. We talking about Eric Armstead
Mm-hmm.
here real quick before we start showing Matt Jones.
You know how nice it is that my PC can keep up? Like now that I'm not on my laptop anymore, it'll run this at
Turnovers within
it's so nice.
what 4 minutes base.
That pressure though.
Yeah,
That pressure.
crazy what happens when you play Eric Armstead where he's supposed to play.
Yeah, look at him. Inside, gets the pressure, bull, and boom. That's what he's supposed to do. That is why we signed Eric Armstead. It's disgusting. Hey, hold on. One thing I want to say something real quick before we start diving into all the film. Now, we can watch this angle too, but don't let me forget. There's holding on the inside on Cam Robinson right there again, by the way. But anyway, the thing I wanted to mention real quick was how fucking ugly, like horrific was the presser from Doug Peterson. I think that was the worst shit I've ever seen. They were like, did you watch it, Isaiah? Like, did you get to see what he fucking said? I've
seen a couple clips, but not all of it.
Yeah, well, they're like, well, on that last interception, if he doesn't get hit, you think he throws the interception, XYZ. And Doug goes, I'm not going to get into all the details on that right now. You guys wouldn't understand anyway. So can we bring that play up, please? Because me and Eric made a point last night at dinner to tell Eric, like, this play we was definitely looking at, because I'd be damned if Doug Peterson's dumb ass going to sit there and say, we don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing we don't understand
Right.
is why you're still employed, my friend. We don't understand that. He motioned something to Evan.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was he throwing that? Even if Gabe was supposed to do an angle back towards that pylon, right?
Right.
The ball's still terrible. It's a terrible fucking ball. There's no chance for Gabe to come down with that. And I'm not a Gabe defender.
Look, run it frame by frame. And you're going to see, I don't know what the hell he was. I kind of understood. So maybe he thought, stop it right there. Now, maybe, just maybe, I don't know. He thought Gabe was going to straighten out and keep it straight, take it vertical
on the street.
But from the looks of it, like Gabe was getting ready to break down and do a in route, because you see
Eric,
BTJ was doing. I know I did
Robert
it already.
Said, I was about to say, and Aaron said
I did
to
it
also
already.
let you know that you are lagging. Are you on the lowest resolution?
Yeah, I'm on the lowest one I got.
Okay, bet.
Yeah,
it's coming through clearer for me now, so I would assume.
Yeah.
You too,
so
Isaiah?
Thank y'all. Appreciate you.
Okay.
I'm on my home computer, so work with me, y'all.
Yeah. But like you were saying, it does kind of, I could see that. I could see how like Gabe Davis might be going on a streak. But even if you run it frame by frame, that's still a terrible pass because, dude, you got Smith up there. Or
But
no, that's not
Well,
Harrison
wait a
Smith.
minute.
That's
But
the other safety.
look at the line. This is something I want you to see. 70 Little and Hodges, the guy
Blake
with
Hance,
H.
Hodges,
Hance.
Anton, Blake Hance.
Yeah. They got beat.
Every play.
Bad.
No, Walker Little
Yeah.
spent the majority of this game getting beat.
Cashman and Greenyard, they did a stun on him. And when 51 58 went around,
No, that's
watch Little on the end right here.
ETN
Watch
got
him.
cooked.
Huh?
But Little got taken out of the play.
ETN
Little lets it go past him, and ETN got
ETN
cooked in the end also. Yeah, he's supposed to be the chip block, but they couldn't pick it up.
he was ETN was like in the man in a hard place. He picked up the inside loop. If you watch him, he picked up, but when he did that, that's when Little got knocked on, got knocked off balance. And who was that? 58, 51. 51 when and Mac Jones did get hit. However, he was already getting ready to throw that ball when he got hit.
Yeah, he was the ball went where he was trying to place it. You don't get extra yards out of the hit. You know what I mean?
Now, if you sitting in the stands and you see that ball in the air, this film doesn't do it any justice because that ball was in the air way before anything happened. And the first thing you say is, where the hell is he throwing it? Where? I mean, the Minnesota linebacker, the safety, he just looked like he was minimum. He was the one on the pass receiver. It's just raggedy, man.
It is bad. Well, I mean, my thing is, too, is like we were just talking about. Like, one thing you should go back and you should be able to show everyone, roll it back to like when we're talking about potentially Gabe running the streak, because that just shows you right there. It still wasn't a smart pass. Even if he's trying to throw that streak,
no,
that's not a smart pass.
No, because
in no way, shape, or form.
You have safeties back there. Yeah, the safety's sitting back there waiting.
The safety's lurking it the whole time.
Yeah, he's waiting.
Just watch it.
I mean, look how far the safety back. Yeah.
Well, look, where are we? Like, bro, first of all, even if Gabe runs the wrong route, okay, which I honestly, I could see it, okay? But even if Gabe does run the wrong route, like, why the fuck?
Stop it right there, Isaiah. Stop it right there. Stop. Now look at these. Well, yeah.
You're like 6-7 seconds behind.
Okay.
Hold on. See, right where he makes his break.
He should have hit Washington if he was that scared. He should have hit Washington right there.
Yeah, this is the first step of Gabe's break. This is the second step of Gabe's break.
Right.
And he's loading up.
No, yeah, he's already decided. But look, but the sad part is, it's like you said, he's already loading up. But that safety never bit on Brian Thomas Jr. enough to signal to him that he's got that route. He should have never thrown that ball. Never. Like, there's no indicator there. Like, do I think the safety is vigilant of the BTJ route? Sure, but he never bit down on it. He should have never, like, by the time he was loading up anyway, he should have never thrown that fucking ball. Never. And then the fact that whether Gabe Davis ran the wrong route or not doesn't help. That's not even the point. The point is he should have checked that down to Parker Washington as soon as he stepped back and realized the only guy standing by himself is Parker Washington.
Yep. Exactly.
And I mean, I don't even think that's the worst parts about what we've seen from him this weekend either. I mean, I saw a lot of weak throws from him too, like balls running out of steam before they ever made it to him.
And my thing is, I don't think Gabe ran the wrong route. I think Gabe did what he was supposed to do. I think what was supposed to happen on this play, and they're not going to admit to it because it's not a bad play design, but that was a really good stunt by them. But like, I think right here, Gabe's supposed to come over the middle to try and pull the safety, and they want to hit Brian right in here. And then let BTJ do what BTJ does with the ball in his hands and try and get his way to the end zone.
Well, see, that would have been nice too. But again, it's like, the design's there. I can see, hey, what's up? What's up, Dad? What's up, Mom? Robert's got a good point, though. He's like, ETN definitely needs to get lower for leverage. Dude, our running back blocking was the worst this game that I have ever seen from both of them, Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne. Like, one play, Tank Bigsby just gave up an open blindside or an open sack on Mac Jones. Like, let him get fucking clocked, dude. That guy went through hell for that.
I mean, this is just ridiculous. I mean, Because clearly the play design worked. Because BTJ's, standing by himself with 10 yards to the next person both ways.
That's just a lack of anticipation by Mac, I think.
I mean, it's just a lack of being an NFL quarterback by Mac.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Trevor Lawrence is ripping that to the sideline. Brian Thomas Jr. is catching that. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. We've seen Trevor do that a million.
I have to agree with that. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's it's pretty bad, honestly. Trevor Lawrence is zipping that in there. Trevor's got the ball placement. But this is not the only instance this game where we saw Mac just do Mac shit. The shit that got him booted out of fucking New England.
No.
Like
quarter 4, 3:47 mark. Yeah, quarter 4, 3:47.
Let me check. My camera is coming through pretty quick.
Yeah. Huh? Oh, no, man.
I'm just checking to make sure that I don't have the resolution for the camera too high for the stream to handle, but it's doing really well.
Yeah. So this the one right here where we trying to figure out why did he even throw this one either to Gabe Davis, because he had been giving up the inside. He was done. He was cooked already. Don't throw this to Gabe Davis.
Yeah, no,
Carter had him. Carter had him suckered.
Well, hold on. Just go back. Fuck the Gabe Davis part. Fuck the fact that Gabe Davis gave up inside leverage. There are 3 fucking people right there.
Right there. Yeah, right there.
I mean, they're both playing 10 yards deep.
Dude, and you got Brian Thomas Jr. is one of those people, too. Like, if I'm not mistaken, that's him in the center.
No, BTJ's right here.
Oh, he's over there? So who's that in the center?
That's ETN, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, ETN's shifty, dude. Give him the fucking ball.
Farrell, and Evan Ingram.
And Farrell was eating all game long. He was carrying people 5 yards at a time. You hit ETN or Luke Farrell right there, and that's a first down. I guarantee it.
It's at least, right at it.
Yeah, if not, it gets us in a manageable play. Instead, there's no backing that up. You can't defend that at all. That is fucking awful. And I just want to point out for the record, for all the people that knows I love Trevor or whatever, I don't think I would not have a defense for Trevor Lawrence if he threw that shitty ass play either. If Trevor Lawrence threw that play, I'm on his ass the same way. There's no excuse for this. This is just bad. It's just ugly. You got 3 fucking people. Just 3 people, dude. Oh my God. It's so bad. It's so bad.
We should have canceled the white helmets whenever Trevor was downgraded to out.
We should have canceled the white helmets as soon as we found out we had to wear them with the black.
Hey, we should have canceled the damn game, man. No, then I wouldn't have got to hang out with Trevor. So okay, but yeah.
And honestly, even if like, say for instance, you have last ditch effort, your only option is to throw it to Gabe Davis right there. Put the ball high and deep and let Gabe go get the fucking thing. Don't throw it low and underneath for the corner to have a field day on him. Like, dude, there's no way. There's no way. Like, I would rather see CJ Beathard start than watch that again. That was fucking terrible.
Look. Oh Lord.
I hate everything about it.
All right, let's go quarter 2, 155. Quarter 2, 155. Because this one here, boy, this is what I think Trevor talking about when ETN misses his block.
Yeah, Robert, you're right. He does stare him down. He stared him right into a fucking interception. It was the ugliest shit I've ever seen. And yeah, we do need to throw the game away, and we are also dog shit. No, this ain't the one. But he gets beat. He gets beat and he gets sacked.
This ain't
That's not the one.
Yeah.
No, it was before
that
halftime,
ain't the one
I
you're
believe,
talking about.
though. No, yeah. There's one where Bigsby runs over. Anton Harrison's supposed to shift right, and then Bigsby just never picks up the other side. And the guy runs right around him, and I'm pretty sure he tattooed "fuck you" on Mac Jones's face. Like he hit that dude so damn hard.
Try quarter 2, 117 then. Yeah, quarter 2, 117. Because I know I was watching them all. Let's see. This may be, and I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is it. Let's see.
No, That ain't it.
I mean,
It's not
ETN
it.
still got beat.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. I did say that earlier.
Yeah.
No, it's not ETN. ETN did not give up this
No.
sack. Like ETN gives
Yes,
up
he did.
this sack. No, he gives up this sack, but this is not the sack I'm talking about.
Oh,
But no, he got beat. I was saying that earlier. Our running backs did no fucking blocking or Sunday at all. Like, they did none. But neither did our offensive line. To be fair, Cooper Hodges, Blake Hansen, Walker Little got fucking destroyed every damn time they touched the field. It felt like they got manhandled and moved yet again. They were fucking horrible. But there is a sack there is a sack. It was Tank Bigsby that gave it up. I remember that.
Okay, I didn't have that one down. Okay.
Hodges.
I missed that one.
Cooper Hodges is out. Yeah, it's Blake Hance and Walker Little.
Yeah.
Trash.
That's how there was getting tore up all game long. All game long.
It was disgusting. That's the shit you get kicked off of high school football teams for. These guys are trash.
Yeah. Duval TV in the house. Been here since the show started, just been quiet as early. My question is, how can we get Gabe Davis off the team for next year? We gave him a 3-year contract, and I want out now.
Buddy, hey, listen. Hey, Duval, I'm not saying we should do it, but I'm just saying that if someone were to potentially, unfortunately, accidentally, maybe just so happen to kneecap the shit out of him, maybe he's gone.
Hey, while you at it, go on over there and hit Darby too. Take care of 2 at 1, man. But I don't know. I have no idea. That's a good question. I wonder what the cap hit would be. Cole would have been better. Okay. Cole who, Robert? Yeah, we know Hans up. What happened to Van Lennon? Where he at? He's hurt too?
No, he played last week.
Yeah. So why he wasn't in there? I mean, somebody. That's what we say. Trevor out. After this, I'm going to keep an eye on the news. Okay, Deidre, I got you. That's funny.
Hey, no, man, you don't need to keep no eye on no news.
That's the one. That's the one you're talking about.
Yep.
This is where Van Ginkel comes untouched.
Yeah, it just fucking wipes Mac Jones off the fucking planet, dude. Look shit. Doom.
Yes,
I mean, that's a penalty, but
it is. He led with his helmet to helmet, and of course the ref watched it and said nothing.
It's Mac Jones, man. You think they really gonna call that?
I mean, shit, they don't even call it Trevor.
As I say, I don't think it has shit to do with it being Mac Jones. I think it has everything to do with it being the Jaguars. And after the play, I remember Tank Bigsby going to Anton specifically, like, "What the fuck, bro?" But like, what? You gave that up, bro. That was all you. Look at him. He's already looking at him. Like, you did that.
Well, you know what? I kind of understand what Tank's saying. Tank said, "Look, you're supposed to have the one outside. I'm supposed to pick up the man on the inside blitz. But apparently Antoine, and this is not the first time that has happened between those two.
No, that happens.
So maybe it's a communication problem. Yeah, quite often.
Yeah. So Anton shifted to the linebacker. I see. So, yeah. That's on Anton. But again, regardless, it's still, dude. There was too many things that were. It was clear that Mac Jones does not get reps with these guys at all. It was clear, which tells me, I'm gonna be honest with you. Trevor was taking more snaps this week, I believe, than they wanted to tell us. Like in the practice, because they said he was limited. Obviously, he still took reps with the ones, but I do believe that if Doug Peterson wants any chance of saving his job, which I would hope he doesn't have any, but unfortunately, I know he still does somehow.
Because
Anton never even looked at him.
No,
because you watch. I mean, you know,
all right, now, Dad, talk to you later.
Ton clearly does a drop step like he's supposed to, and then he just kicks inside instead of continuing to drop outside.
But I also get what Anton's doing there too, because ain't no way he knows he can't get to that outside, but Bigsby can. Like,
yeah, but the problem is you
you're not
can't do
supposed
that.
to. I know you can't. You can't do it. It is on Anton, 100%.
Yeah.
Just
Because see, go
again,
back.
but
If you watch Bigsby was set up for the inside. See how he got inside?
yeah.
Because
He wanted to
Bigsby
pick
was
up
ready
the
for him.
linebacker.
Yeah.
Bigsby was going to get blown up, but still.
Well,
Yeah,
we know that too.
Getting blown up is better than not
having
touched.
your assignment. Yeah. No, I get that.
Right.
I'm just saying, either way, Tank. It's like Robert just said though. Bigsby shouldn't have bit so far up on the line though. Tank should have still been able to pick that up. I just don't think he had his head on a swivel.
So,
I'm not saying it was his job. It wasn't his job.
The problem with
but it was
that
kind
is-
of a
the
kind of
issue
a
with that is
delayed type of blitz too.
the problem with
Because
that
he
is
didn't come right away.
if you look at it, especially from let's go to the other angle, especially from this angle, like the reason that he did that, this is in the third quarter. This isn't as early as y'all thought it was.
Yeah.
This is at 1:42 in the third quarter.
Right.
And that means Mac Jones has already been sacked like 3 times by dudes coming full speed up through the hole.
Yeah.
And when somebody's coming full speed through the hole, you don't sit back and wait and then try and jump in front of them. You got to go meet them in the hole.
Oh, dude, you want to know something?
At least chip them a little bit.
You just bringing that up really just reminded me. They ran cover 4 palms and still ran a mid blitz at the same time and got the sack.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like, how the fuck does that happen, bro? You got 4 DBs playing as safeties. Everyone else is mid blitzing. You still could like hold just enough to get the ball out.
No.
It brought me pain. I was just in pain.
And you got a quarterback that's not used to being in there. Oh yeah, no. That's why he did it.
Yep. Another thing too, I think that just goes to show though that our team does not know how to play with common sense and find a way to just win. You know what I mean? This was a good play by them, but such as that play with Anton and Tank, right?
Mm-hmm.
A good winning football team, like a team that just knows how to win, they're going to find a way to pick that up. 9 out of 10 times. Like pick up that block. They're going to find a way to pick up that block. Instead, whereas I understand why Tank is preparing for the linebacker. That is what he's supposed to be looking for. Anton shifted well enough time. He had enough time to adjust, and he didn't. Instead, he still bit in there, and then after the play was over, immediately starts pointing fingers. Yes, you're right.
No, Tank Bigsby did not have enough time to shift on that. He was already. I mean, he was basically touching Anton by the time Anton's changed directions.
I don't know. I think he had enough time if he doesn't bite inside. If he stays in place be that last minute.
The problem with that is that's his job. He did his job. I mean, you can't, no matter who was supposed to pick up who, at the end of the day, if you're the one who's got to pick up the inside guy and your right tackle goes on him, that's not on you.
No, I'm not saying the play's on him. I'm not saying
I know that. I'm
just
saying there's no question of Bigsby shouldn't have bit. Bigsby shouldn't have done that. I mean, he's already forward. Even if he notices right here when he plants this foot, because you can't jump out here off of that foot.
No, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. I mean, Van Ginkel's already got a running head start.
But look,
even if he gets a finger on him, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I'm not saying that it would have been effective, and I'm not saying the play's not on him. What I am saying is that was terrible. The whole play fucking sucked. But 9 out of 10 times, a good winning football team that just plugs gaps and fixes problems doesn't have this problem.
9 times out of 10, a good football team has a right tackle that's not biting inside when there's a dude clearly poised to rush from the outside. And that's not – and I don't think that's on Anton. Anton's a smart kid. He played well his rookie year. He's played decent this year, and he was smart when he played at Oklahoma. It's on coaching. These guys
you're absolutely right about that.
They don't care. They don't care what the coaches have to say. They don't care about learning from them, making sure, because a good coach with a good disciplined team, they're not going inside. They're playing their assignment every time. They're not thinking they're better than the scheme. They're making that block how they're supposed to. I don't know, dude. This sucks watching this because they just suck.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It does suck watching it because it's like there's no excuse for any of that to even be taking place. It should have never been a thing. And Duval said, no, we casually joked off. Maybe we weren't joking about the kneecaps, but no, you're right. We are going to have the same problems with Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is who he is. He's not hiding.
Oh, look who it is. Poor baby Cody, who won't even come on the show, wants to make fun of Isaiah for Quest Taylor. Quest Taylor's not the fucking offensive line coach, retard.
Oh, goddamn, not the R word. You can't use the R word, remember?
I use whatever word I want. Fucking he's not the offensive line coach.
Oh, here we go.
And I've already said on the show multiple times that he needs to be gone.
He has.
But I ain't fixing to sit here and say, oh, there goes Eric.
Oh, no, R.I.P. Eric. Rip.
I ain't fixing to sit here and say that Press Taylor needs to make sure that his right tackle is blocking the correct direction.
No, that's not his fault. What I saw from
Yeah,
this team
17
Sunday,
minutes of offensive tape for sure, Robert.
You're right about that, buddy. We got dominated in every fucking stat. I just want to know where the fuck this defense was at when Trevor was still on the field.
They were also, they were not on the field is the problem.
Yeah. I gotta say too though, and when it came to the run game was a problem, but I don't know how you even I don't know a way that I can sit back and be like, yeah, the defense was just fucking it up in the run game, like they just weren't doing their job, when I know how bad the holding really was. Like they review the play and it's just guys holding on the breastplates. It's bad. It was just bad. No, fuck you, Cody, and fuck Ronald Darby. Fuck Darby. He's not getting no fucking breathers, bro. He's ass cheeks. Welcome back, Eric.
Welcome back, Eric.
Ronald Darby is trash. Hey, Cody, I can't believe you even just said that. Fuck Ronald Darby. The only breathers Unc needs to get is out of an oxygen tank at the retirement home. You know, Robert, that's a good point that you made, too, is keeping starters on the field instead of rotating them as much. I did notice that we didn't have as many rotations, it didn't feel like. I still saw a good bit of rotation on the defensive line, which I think kind of is part of the reason why we didn't finish as many plays. We still got good pressure, but I think that's just because our guys were just bullying them on the line. But I think the reason they weren't finishing the sacks as much as we would have liked to have seen is the excess of rotation. However, our DB stayed pretty consistent throughout the game. Throughout the game, it was pretty consistently Cisco, Savage, Brown, Darby.
Crazy what Buster can do when you let him get some time on the field. He was cooking.
He is better when he's got time on the field. Yeah, he was all right. He was all right. I think I am fairly upset though at Tyson Campbell. There was a pretty big third down. I can't remember the time mark. I had it. I had a note, but I didn't save the note card. So yeah, that's great on me. Way to go. But you have to rotate edges, but not linebackers and DBs. Yeah, you do have to rotate edges, but he was rotating like everybody. Like I remember there was a third down that Josh Allen and Trayvon Walker were off the field for. It was like that is the last time to pull those two guys off the field. Like especially at the same time. Like what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Yasir Abdullah and fucking trash ass Eric Armstead were our edges on that third down. That should be a felony. That is disgustingly bad. Okay, and then like I said, you just can't keep moving people. You gotta let them get in a rhythm. We've talked about this all year long. But another thing is on that same third down, Tyson Campbell checks himself out of the game. Like, my brother in Christ.
He was tired, Coach.
I get it, but my brother in Christ, this is what you got paid for.
Oh.
Get in there and cover for third down and then take your break. Shut down for one more play and then take your break. Get off the fucking field. If you want to take your break, check out on second down, my guy, not third down when we need the stop. Like, no, you're right about that, Cody. We did talk about that. That Darby would be more usable in a backup role, but we try to use him too heavy. Like, he should have never been brought in to be any kind of starter. You're right about that. We should not have done that. Like, Isaiah made that point, I think, what was it, last week or the week before? Where you said that Darby would be a serviceable kind of like backup for a 1 to 2 play kind of guy, but he should never have been a starter.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that. I think he'd be good in a supplemental role, but he's definitely not your 1 or 2. I mean, he did that for the Ravens last year, but the Ravens also have Kyle Hamilton, and they had Chuck Clark, and they had
guys to fill in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had linebackers that can cover. They had the pass rush. Like, Darby wasn't expected to be corner 1 or corner 2.
It's ironic that defense is now one of the worst in the league when it comes to passing.
Oh, yeah, they're awful.
Yeah. But, but that being said, though, it's funny because Robert also brought this up, that they're doing rock, paper, scissors on the rotation at D-line. Like, what the fuck is going on with this place? And Duval, to answer your question, you said, do you think the team will try to make some sort of attempt to trade or cut Davis and Armstead and Darby? Gabe Davis reminds me of when we brought in Dante Moncrief from the Colts. Absolutely useless. I bet you Davis couldn't start on the rest of the NFL teams, all 31. No, there are some NFL teams Davis would start on. Absolutely. I wouldn't go that far. But I will say the only shot of Darby being out of here or Armstead being out of here is if Trent Baalke is not our GM next year. That's the only fucking shot you have. And even then, it's still a long shot for a couple of them just because of the amount of money we gave them. No GM wants to come in and immediately put themselves in a hole. Even though they're not the greatest fit for the amount of money, he didn't make that decision. He's not going to try to bury himself in negative cap for that. But that's your only shot, is seeing Trent Baalke gone. Trent Baalke's still here. They're still here. I don't know, man. It's rough to see. But you know what was enjoyable to see, though? The fucking the Texans suffering their own fucking fortune. Those bastards have been skating by people with field goals all fucking year long, and they got beat by a field goal last night, and it was beautiful. Those motherfuckers. I bet Curtis was so pissed. Anyone heard from Curtis today? Matter of fact.
Yeah, we're doing the show pretty much after this one.
Right. How can you start in the NFL when the touchdown passes hit you in the face mask? I would just simply cut them and take losses with all 3 of them. Yeah, you're right. It's the stuff that Gabe Davis has pulled, especially, is shit you get kicked off a high school team for. Literally, you can't have touchdowns hit you in the face mask and in the chest and in the hands and drop them. You can't do that. But unfortunately, it's the amount of money we paid the motherfucker that makes it where he's not getting cut off the team right this minute. Unfortunately, that's all it comes down to in that negative cap, because having him on the roster for the occasional catches he makes is still better than cutting him and still paying him. Because either way, we got to pay the man. Unless we find someone that's willing to pay him for us. And they're not going to do that. He's fucking dog shit. We should have never paid him. But, either way you look at it, we got to pay the guy. It's Cody?
Eric just keeps
Eric keeps just getting booted. Cody, you did not just say top tier third receiver, bro. I will say though, man, you said a top tier third receiver in this league. I don't know about top tier third receiver. I can think of a couple better third receivers for sure that are more consistent and better hands. But I don't know, man. It's tough. It is hard to say though that it's all on Davis and not our coaching staff, because we've seen them do so many other stupid fucking things and put people in positions that they're just not the player to do, that force them to look like trash.
No, Cody, it shouldn't be Ridley on the team. Because we have Ridley, we don't have BTJ, and then we're just stuck in mediocrity with a 30-year-old who's barely done anything this season.
Yeah, me and Cody, we've debated this at work, man. Keeping Ridley, the only way that makes sense is if we got BT.
I'd rather have an old man that we pay $33 million a year rather than a rookie on a rookie deal that's better, faster, stronger, taller.
And Calvin's mediocre again this year.
He said what? 1 good game? 2 good games?
No, he had 1 good half.
Yeah, like we're talking about a dude who's fucking trash.
He is one of the best route runners in the league, but that's it.
Yeah, it's a great way for him to get back to the bench is running the route.
Yeah, I was about to say the only thing that he does at an elite level anymore is run the routes. His hand control is bad. His ball skills are bad. He's not good at tracking the ball over the shoulder anymore. I don't know. He's tough. But I think Robert made a good point, too. We do have the talent. Armstead is a DT, and a real coach would listen to his players and put them in the position. From according to Armstead, the team asked him to play there, but the team says Armstead asked to play there. So apparently they're both coordinating on this circle of stupidity here. And either way, a competent coaching staff would say, fuck no, you're not playing defensive end. You're a defensive tackle. Stay there and do your fucking job. You know, that would be what a competent defensive coordinator would say right now. Kirk is probably done for his career $1 million a year, back-to-back seasons with season-ending injuries. It's hard to come back from. So basically, the only receiver we have is BTJ. You know, O-line and receivers bad. I don't know, Cody. Balky did say flat out that he was not going to take BTJ if we got Ridley back. He said that plain as day. But I will say, I get what you're saying about we should have paid him as soon as we traded for him. If we were like, I get what
the hell we shouldn't have.
I can see both sides of that argument. If he was willing to take the low side money, we don't know what that. Yeah, I was about to say we don't know what that contract negotiation looked like because they never told us anything about that. But if he was willing to take a lower side deal because he knows he's coming back from a suspension and he knows he's got a lot to prove and he is aging, if he takes a lower side deal at that point in time, I agree with you. You sign him then. But if he was at that point in time asking for big money, despite everything going on in the circumstances around him, then no, I agree. You don't sign him. I disagree. You don't sign him then. I think it just depends on how that negotiation looked like. And unfortunately, I feel like the world may never know. But also, yeah, he did know he messed up. It's a good point. We did get a 1-year rental on a guy that was pretty trash for a 3rd-round pick. That does suck, but I feel like that just goes to say that we should have never sent the 3rd-round pick for an aging receiver that we didn't know what we were going to get coming off a suspension. I feel like that's more the argument you make there.
The only way I'd be happy with signing him as soon as we got him is if he took like a $10 million a year, and he wasn't going to take that.
Yeah, like, if he took that, I'm in.
He was never going to sign with us for the amount of money that I would be comfortable paying a guy who was terrible, had a bunch of drops, you know, who's now gone to another team and had a bunch of drops and then complains about not getting the ball. And then he finally does, and he has a bunch of drops. Like, there's no situation where I'm comfortable paying Calvin Ridley as soon as he gets here. We needed to wait, see what he could do because he's been hurt in the past. He was suspended for over a year. There was no situation where we should have paid him that early. Yeah. Because what if we do? We pay. Let's say we pay him $21 million a year, and then he's fucking trash and he's hurt, and then now we're in the exact same situation. We're talking about Gabe Davis, and now we're talking about how Christian Kirk's probably never going to play again, and we shouldn't re-sign him. Like, we're just paying Calvin Ridley whenever we first got him was not a smart move, no matter how you slice it.
Unless, like we said.
Unless he take like $7-10 million a year, something like that.
Yeah, that's the only way that I think that's smart. He's not going to do that. But I will say
Christian Kirk is making 21, and he's in Ridley's coming in as the number 1 wide receiver. He would have asked for 25 to 30 million a year immediately as soon as he got here. There's no reason we should have signed him.
But on top of that, though, we've been calling the Kirk thing since the preseason or since the offseason. As a matter of fact, if you go back on our channel's history, there's a short you will find about Parker Washington stepping into the replacement role now. That should have been a thing we were actually doing now. He should have seen more reps without Kirk being hurt. He should have started to see more of those reps because Kirk is aging anyway. Kirk was showing his age at the end of at the beginning of this year to start with before he got hurt. With that being said, though, no, you're right, Duval. BTJ and Ridley would have been them.
No one's comparing Ridley to Davis, though, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, yeah, Cody, what we're talking about is like what he means by that is we're talking about a Gabe Davis right now versus what we'd be talking about with Calvin Ridley right now. They've both been mediocre as fuck this year. Calvin Ridley is a way better receiver than Gabe Davis. I would say that. but I would say they've both been mediocre on their teams, and both of them have not been worth the money that they're being paid. That's the comparison to be made there. It's not about player for player comparison. They're both mediocre as fuck for as much money as they're making. Kirk is 27.
The difference is we're paying Gabe Davis, what, $13 million a season?
Yeah.
Versus paying Calvin Ridley 31 or 32 million, whatever his is.
Yeah.
So I would not say that Gabe Davis is worse than Calvin Ridley. I would say Gabe Davis is better than Calvin Ridley for the cost. But nobody compared the two. But if we're gonna bring that up and throw it out like it was said, I mean, Davis is better than Ridley when it comes to money. Pretty sure he has more yards and probably not more touchdowns though, because he can't.
Fucking catch those. Yeah, he can't catch.
I mean, for $13 million a season, I'd much rather have the production I'm getting out of Davis than what I've seen out of Ridley this year for $32 million a season.
I think personally, if this were me, I would have had a
Ridley ain't worth a penny.
Well, you know how they were talking about. Davis ain't worth a penny. Neither is Ridley. But you know how they were talking with Brandon Ayuk, all these teams about the contract before they traded for him. You know what I mean? Like they were like, "Hey, if we trade for you, what's the contract going to look like?" And they determined right then whether or not they wanted to make the deal. We should have done something similar to that with Ridley. We honestly should have. We should have been like, "Look, we're potentially going to send a third rounder. We want to know what you're asking for, because our plans is to trade for this and then sign you as soon as you get here, or extend you as soon as you get here. What are you asking?" And if he did ask for that ungodly number, I don't think you make the trade, because he's got too much to prove. He was aging. And that being said, I do remember at the time there were some other viable options to trade for that wouldn't have cost us as much and probably would have given us similar production. That being said, though, or not similar production in the pass interference yards. He was one of a kind at doing that. I agree with that. We should have kept Zay Jones over Gabe Davis. I would much rather have Zay Jones right now. That's a fact. That's a good question, what the Jags do with ETN after this season, because ETN's looked pretty fucking regular to me since he came back, but is that because he's still nursing the injury, or is that because he's just lost a step and he's got to get back into it? I think you got to watch the rest of the season.
Didn't we pick up his fifth-year option?
Yeah. No, we did. Or no, we didn't. Not yet. I don't think we did.
We would have had to. We would have had to already.
We had to.
Him and Trevor would have been this offseason. I'm pretty sure we picked up both of them.
Yes, we did. We picked him up.
Yeah, so we're not doing anything with him. We're going to keep him in tank, and
he'll be here through.
Yeah, so we did. So yeah, we're just going to keep him in tank. I don't.
Yeah, we picked up this 5th year. Yeah, we're not moving on.
No, I don't think they re-sign him at the end of it unless we have a new regime. He balls out, and Trevor says, "Hey, I want to keep him." But no, I don't think we're doing anything with that. I don't think we extend him or anything. I think he's done after the 5th year. But next year he's going to play him in tank, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we get a new coaching staff, new front office, new everything, and we can actually play some decent football.
They'll kick him to the curb unless he turns it back on like he did last year.
Or if he just doesn't ask for too much money.
Yeah, he could take a team-friendly deal, which I will say, Travis, not Trevor. I was thinking of Trevor Etienne. I just watched his press conference earlier when he's talking about some crazy shit. But Travis seems to be pretty well aware of the situations he's in. From the little bit of media access we do get from him, he does seem to be pretty well aware of, like, situationally. Like, I'm sure he's aware of the fact that he's not on cloud 9. Like, he's not playing the best football we've ever seen. And I'm sure he's aware of the fact that if he goes anywhere else, he falls down the depth chart pretty instantly. So I would assume that someone with the likes of ETN at this current time is going to try to take as friendly of a deal as possible to keep his spot. You never know. I would just hope that if they do it, it's a cheap deal. But the deals are all going to determine whether Balky's here or not at all. That's how we'll know how they're going to go. Because, man, I mean, Bulky when he hits, sometimes it's fantastic. Sometimes, like Ventrell Miller, for instance. But Jesus Christ, when he fucking misses, dude. When he misses, it's ugly. And
yeah, well, I don't know, man. I don't really have anything else to say about this game. We didn't lose by as much as I thought we would, so that was cool. But just here's to the next one. I'm done. I don't really have anything else to say if you don't.
who we play? We play the Detroit next. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll talk about that in the preview show. I guess everything being said though, I mean we kind of covered it all. Just one last exhibit. This man is the guy we need at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
No questions asked. If you're still a doubter, you just should stop watching. I think the fact that Mac Jones couldn't fucking do shit in this system shows you that Trevor Lawrence has been what's carrying this fucking offense to 20 plus points a game.
Yep.
I mean, they were abysmal, terrible, awful, dog shit. And if this weekend showed you anything, is like I said, he's the one carrying them to 20 plus. That being said, though, yeah, it's rough. It's rough in Duval right now, man. Yeah, honestly, I hope Trevor sits out the rest of the year too. I hope he does.
Yeah. But all right, well, thanks for coming in, you guys. Thanks for supporting as always. We're gonna figure out what we could do. I would take myself as a coach as well. Because then at least the basics would be covered and we wouldn't have to worry about ice cream on Saturdays and me telling you in the press conference you wouldn't understand anyways.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So,
can we play that real quick? I know you're about to head to the AFC South show, but I feel like
the problem is
I feel
we
like
could
that's
get
really
copyrighted for that.
Hold on,
It's
you can
so we can't play
Instagram because
yes.
Jaguars posting them. They all posted the little clips of it, the excerpts. So I feel like we could get away with using their post. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's the same content either way, but
it is. But I feel like it'd be hard. I just feel like it would be a little bit more tape for them to strike us for it. But yeah. And Trevor, we trust. That is absolutely correct. What do you say about Trevor's duffel bag? What did I miss?
They asked him how the shoulder injury affects the quarterback, and he said, I don't know. I guess which shoulder they carry their duffel bag on. And then he's like, then he goes, oh, it could affect this, this, and this. But, like, realistically, it doesn't really affect that much throwing the football.
Is he? No fucking way. He's been throwing shade at Trevor all year, and now he's going to get that bold? Yikes.
He knows he's gone. I'm not seeing who's posted this.
Let me hold on 1 second. Let me do just a little bit of. Oh, they've probably all expired by now. Now that I think
it's all good. Well, I'm about to hop on the other podcast here in a minute, but thanks again for coming in, you guys. What's up, End Zone? How you doing, brother? Thanks for Duval. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, End Zone. Thanks, Cody, Deidre, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Shout out, Worm. And
shout out, Worm.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
R.I.P. Eric.
R.I.P. Eric. Duval. Fuck you, Cody.